Hello and welcome to Our Waking Dream. I'm your host, Coco Swanson. I'm a spiritual strategist, a mentor, and educator, here to bring the esoteric into the day-to-day, magic into the mundane, and to use astrology. On this show, we look at astrology as a map to help us gain power and strength and clarity through our inner practices that we do that I talk about in the last portion of the show. So the first half is a little astrology lesson. You can always skip over that if you're not interested in astrology, but you're really wanting to know how to mobilize your energy during the week. You can use this as a tool to learn the language of astrology, as well as just to be supported and where you're at in the seasons right now, in the archetype that's moving through the cosmos. We have change this week. Today is a new moon in Capricorn. We've had a strong Capricorn month. I've been saying it's a Capricorn party. Usually we don't associate those two words together. Capricorns are here to get things done. They're here to build things that last. So over this month, I've been working with how we build things that last, how we bring heart and soul, and how we nurture ourselves in order to keep building resilience over time, looking at the softer attributes of Capricorn, of what supports Capricorn. And we'll be shifting from Capricorn season to Aquarius season. And the party is just getting started. I mean, it's today, Venus moves into Aquarius. Then on the 19th, tomorrow, we have the moon moving into Aquarius. And then we have the sun and Mercury in Aquarius by the 21st. And what happens is anytime a planet enters into Aquarius, it'll have an Aquarian reckoning. It'll have a sort of halt in the tracks and look at how you are or how that element is in Aquarius. Let me explain why. Pluto, the planet of reckoning, of deep subconscious patterns, of shadow, of wounding that's at the subconscious level. And so it's oftentimes projected externally. But Pluto is at 3 degrees right now of Aquarius. So we're all having a reckoning around Aquarian themes. So this week, I'm really shifting gears. Even though it's a new moon in Capricorn today, let's allow this new moon in Capricorn to refresh our commitment to build that which we're here to build and gift the world. Yet we shift focus into shadow, underbelly, wounded Aquarius. I'll walk you through all this. And embody practices that allow for us to level up and heal Aquarian themes that might be subconscious within us. In summary, we're shifting from Capricorn season to Aquarius season, and the entrance necessitates some awareness shifts and practices to allow for the easiest and most powerful launch into Aquarius season. Let's talk about Aquarius and Capricorn and the differences between them and how they work together. With Capricorn, it's the last earth sign of the zodiac. So it means that we're here as expert builders. That's why the word legacy, or that which is meant to withstand the test of time. Capricorn loves to build things that last. But the Capricorn is governed by the ethics, the ethos of Aquarius. So our systems right now, our governmental, our school systems, our way we do business, the culture in which we do business, is governed by our ethics from the past. What we have now was created by the ethics we had in the past. So there are a lot of questionable ethics on planet Earth. There are questionable ethics within me, within my status quo way of perceiving the world. There's questionable ethics within all of our bias around all of our ideas of how things should or shouldn't work in society. So it's creating cultural norms is what Aquarius does. It also points out in a sort of lightning bolt clarity at times what isn't working. So with Pluto in Aquarius, we are having a collective reckoning around what governing principles in society are not going to pass the test of time. In particular, there's some power structures that are going on between the have and the have not. So at a global level, this is glaring. With my work, I love to look at what's going on at a personal level, a professional level, and a planetary level, and the themes that are riddled throughout those that relate. This week is a perfect time to take internal inventory of the governing principles. What motivates you? What are your ethics? What are your bias? If you at the end of the day, you said, a life has been well lived that is, we fill in the blank. So a value system might be a life well lived is one in which I'm helping people. I'm in service. Or a life well lived is one that I make a ton of money. Those could create different trajectories. What governs you? What are your governing principles and values? That's a question to bring in. As always, that is the first practice within anything I suggest is the inner observer, to build the witness internally, and we shift the questions we're asking to change the lens in which we're looking at ourselves. And so Aquarians see things outside of the box. It's Uranus's planet, and Uranus is known to bring a lightning bolt awakening. Think of that which we see, we cannot unsee. So if the ethics of somebody I'm working with, myself, you, or the ethics of a group that I'm in, a family structure, or a country, if we all of a sudden realize, for instance, I live within a fascist state right now, not Washington, but the USA is scary. And I'm just going to name that we have a fascist. ICE is out looking for people because they have different colored skin or background. That is not okay for me to be part of a nation that is operating with racist standards. Well, what do I do? So this is, how do I invoke my power within ethics of something that feels so much bigger than me? How do I become an instrument of change within the ethics that govern society, that govern business, that govern family? How do we mobilize when things feel so much bigger than us? This is something that's a question that we want to bring into the Aquarian era, because we have power within any structure we're a part of. We just need to reframe how we utilize our mind and our heart, our voice and our intention for the most power punch. Practice number 1 is primarily observing where the questionable ethics are. Who's wronging you? That's an easy way. Who would I agree is wronging you too? If we can gain strength in numbers with our conviction, that's an area that needs to be questioned right now. It's looking for our conviction of this is just how things should be. That's the glue that we want to start to water down, to allow to be more changeable, to align with universal truth, rather than our culture or even our soul's bias. The second exercise or practice I suggest is to find at least 3, maybe a personal, a professional, and a planetary example of ethics that have gone askew. So a personal way of doing this is to find somebody in your personal life that you think has wronged you because they're being unethical, that they're doing something they shouldn't do, and that kind of brings a little attitude out. Here's why they shouldn't do it. Find that. Then imagine, sense, and feel that you have the power to transform anything you want with your breath. Bring your breath. I suggest Ujjayi breathing, which is constricting through the back of your throat just enough to make a little sound like, can you hear that sound? I love Ujjayi breath. It's a form of yogic breath that allows for heat to build internally. So what if I focus on something, or even somebody over there, someone else that's been doing something that's just eye-rolling, it's not ethical, it's wrong, they shouldn't be doing that. Well, if I can focus on that, get the emotions and get the thoughts in my body, and then I exhale, and I give it 10 breaths where I imagine my breath seeping into the whole scene, seeping into the governing ethics of me and that other person, seeping into the shadow where there's an egotistical know-it-all. That's an Aquarian sign. My way. Has to be my way because I see it from the bigger picture. I know what's right. Well, when we step into Aquarius, we want to let go. I exhale all bias. I exhale all outdated beliefs that were based in societal norms that are archaic. I let go. And then Ujjayi breath. All we need to do with some of these energetic and perceptual shifts is spend time stewing in the intention of release. We offer it the Ujjayi breath, always in by your nose. You can exhale by your mouth or your nose, whatever feels better to you. And imagine, sense, and feel the ideas starting to shift of what we can be like in relationship, in business, in school systems, the governing principles, how they can become porous and available to change. After you do a round of Ujjayi breathing at a personal level, where you're targeting something that they did, shadow, that's Pluto, unethical, gross, they should not have done that. And you exhale it, zero blame, we just exhale the whole thing. Then do something professionally, or you in the public spheres, or somebody in a company that's bothering you. You bring it up and feel it strongly, something that you could justify exactly why they should not be acting like that. Then again, you hold it. I am open to change. I soften. I Ujjayi breathe all the way through this pattern, through this, and I release it. Then do a government, something planetary. What's going on in the US or Iran? Where is the most unethical thing going on? We'll claim ownership as part of the puzzle. As soon as you do that, you activate your power. I claim ownership, and not only that, I exhale and transmute this pattern, this way of thinking, at its core energetic. I soften and I release. Then we become open to miracles And we're ready for practice number 3. That's all about shaking it off and shining, because we want to shake off, literally shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. I shake out this relationship. I shake out this dilemma. I shake off. And you shake your body. I'm doing it now. You shake it, vibrate. You can bend your knees and shake your booty. You can shake your whole body. I shake off. I release these patterns. And then I shine. I shine like the sun. You put your arms out. You breathe and become light. I am open to change. I'm curious. I am open to miracles. And you shine, allowing spaciousness in that which you were just releasing, to bathe in the spaciousness of light, of dancing, of how do I want our new cultural norms to feel? Like this, like I am peace. I am ease. I am joy. And that will work its magic over time, allowing for new neural pathways and connections between you and other people to be born. And the more we do this, the more we soften what we think we know and be available to see things through new eyes. I align with universal truth. That's another phrase. I align with universal truth. I release all outdated beliefs. I release bias that keeps us separate. And I am open to see this differently. And I bring this to a little shakedown in order to feel good as I'm becoming more available to see things differently. I think that gets us through today. So we have the shift this week from Capricorn into Aquarius, everything touching Pluto on its way in, which means that we need to look at the shadow side of Aquarius. The shadow side of Aquarius we look at through cultural bias, that which frames what we build on the earth and why. We let go of it through identifying who over there shouldn't be doing what they're doing. It's an easy way to find the shadow is looking for the people being unethical. We ujjayi breathe, we let that go. We dance party, we let it in, and then we shine like the sun. I am open to miracles. I am ease. I am grace. And that's what allows the new neural pathways and the networking to blossom. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share this. Give me some feedback. That's what allows it to get wings and to fly, so it can fly to wherever it needs to be next to this show. And as always, I give a little extra tip in my newsletter, so sign up for that below. And until next week, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being a part of our community here at Our Waking Dream. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Fill my cup and let it overflow. Let it overflow with love.